What are the benefits for a company of launching a podcast? Hi, my name is Marcin Kowalik, and I'm going to focus on this topic today. A podcast for a company, or simply a company podcast with business purposes, is currently a very popular form of communication. Now, by creating a podcast strategy, creating content, and building an audience, you can effectively talk about your company, but also acquire new customers. What can your company gain by launching a company podcast? I have been using content marketing for years, including podcasts, to achieve various business goals. And that goes both in B2C and B2B relationships. Now, content marketing, let us say, since a couple of years, is the new opening. You and your company can achieve various business goals thanks to the company podcast you launch. Now, building a brand, acquiring new customers with a podcast, let's now deep dive into those possibilities. So, with a launch of your podcast, your company's podcast, you can either show the human side, the human face of the company. You can improve the company's image. You can show the big picture, the idea behind the company. You can also show the key people behind the company's success. You can spotlight them and show them in a good way. You can also acquire new business partners. You can acquire newsletter subscribers. And the one which is probably the most important for you, you can acquire new customers. You can also reduce the costs of acquiring new leads and new customers. You can become independent from already saturated marketing channels. You can also make already acquired customers use your company's services again and learn about new products or services. And the next one is very important. You can show the success story your customers are experiencing thanks to your company. Now, let's just for now stop for a second and let me tell you a short story of mine. My adventure with the podcast and with the idea of podcasting started back in 2000 when I was gathering my radio experience. So in the years 2000 and 2010, between the years 2000 and 2010, I had a huge honor of working for 3 Polish radio stations. One of them was the local national broadcaster, Polish Radio Szczecin, Polskie Radio Szczecin. And 2 of them, Radio ABC and Szczecin.fm, were privately held local radio stations. So, thanks to the experience I gained in radio stations, let us say that certain activities come to me more easily. I also try to remember the most important thing, taking care of the listener. He or she, the person on the other side of the speaker, let us say, your audience, they are the most important. It is his or her needs that need to be taken care of first of all. And this is what I try to take care of in my company podcasts. Yes, I have hosted several company podcasts. That is, podcasts aimed at the business goals of a given company. Now, let me just briefly name some of those podcasts I have published and I'm still publishing. So far, I have had the pleasure of creating a strategy, recording, and promoting 6 different company podcasts. Some of them in the Polish language, some of them in the German language. First one, e-commerce masters for HomePL. This was a B2C podcast for a hosting company. Second one, also for HomePL, WordPress project. This is a B2B podcast aimed at the partners. The goal was to obtain new partnerships. The next podcast is Insurance the Human Way, B2C podcasts. Then the podcast recorded in the German language, Versichert.tv. Then we have the last one, Insurance Jobs, and this one is a podcast for candidates and employers in the Polish insurance industry. So, as you can see, the topics are broad. The audiences are different, both B2B and B2C. So now, if you need help in starting a company's podcast, I will be happy to help you in this project. As a part of the Effective Company Podcasts consultation series, I will take you from the idea to the recording and the publishing of a series of podcasts for your company in 1 month. I think it's possible. I have done this many times. So during this 1 month of consultations, I will help you with the following issues. Identifying what the company or you want to achieve with the podcast and whether it is possible. Also, I will help you in creating a strategy for your company podcasts. Also, I will be helping you in determining the target group of your company podcast. Also, we will create a list of topics for the first episodes. I will help you in technical preparation for recording a podcast. Also, we will go through the process of preparing efficient content distribution. I will tell you how to use a podcast for positioning in Google, yes, SEO. And the task also will be for me in preparing a process in which we will create a dozen or so pieces of content from one podcast episode in several formats and media. So, if the things that you have just heard they sound interesting for you, if you need to start your company's podcast, if you feel like that those goals, those achievements that your company can gain are interesting for you, then just please let me know. Go to marcinkowalik.online, click for the contact page and let me know. I can help you in starting your own company's podcast in 1 month. So, I am waiting, hearing from you. Bye-bye.